I was trying to find a song that was on the piano a lot when we were kids, and it seemed like this is a song that, I don't know if you know that, but Mom would sometimes sit down at the piano and just play and sing, or sometimes she persuaded us to sing with her, and that's how we ended up singing out in public some of the time. Just a second, I need to... I'm 45 and I need the light.
45 and he needs the light.
I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever
Kind of glad to do this. In fact, after seeing the slides, I wished I'd had the trivia first, because it was a little hard to get my composure back, but I was surprised that they want to thank Bonnie for that. I wanted to mention this because when we planned this, Lynn was doing the advertising and the emceeing, and Alan was doing the flowers and the devotions, and I'm sure I'm leaving stuff out, so I apologize ahead of time. But the one that didn't get, it seems like doesn't get much attention on the program is Bonnie, and Bonnie did all the legwork on the food and the brochures, so she needs some credit, and we thank her for that. I wanted to do. I said I'd do the program. I didn't know, just wait until the last day to get to show off is really easy for me, so I was glad to do it. These are just 9 quick questions, and they're mom and dad's marriage trivia. And there's some are about their marriage, some are just about something in their lives. And raise your hand, please speak up if you think you know the answer. You don't have to wait to be called out, just shout it out if you know the answer. But there's no prizes, but you might want to keep track of whether you get them all right or not, because then you'll feel really good about yourself afterwards. This one, I don't know if anybody will get this. Someone might. What were the curly corkscrews? 4-H Club, right? And I was trying to figure out where they got the name for that, and I thought, well, I bet a lot of them had hog projects, I think. Curly corkscrews, right? Yeah. I didn't think it was a wine growing club, right? Okay. This one, I think, where did mom and dad honeymoon? Where did they go for the honeymoon? Black Hills, right? Yeah. Okay. Whose car did they use, or what car did they use? Who's saying it?
46 Mercury. Maroon.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a
Oh, okay. I had the wrong car in mind. That's right. I won't even say which car I thought it was. It was a 54 though. Okay, all right. Waited a long time for the honeymoon. Okay, 46. Okay. Why is September 26th was the date of the wedding? Why is that a significant date besides in our family? What? Okay, Avis, mom's birthday, that's right. Bonus. Anybody know the other reason?
In between the field work.
Brad, oh, that's another one. Okay, that's it. Oh, okay. There's, okay, wow. Anybody else? There's one other thing.
That's birthday.
Beth, you want to stand up? It's her birthday, too. This one, mom and dad both went to country schools. Does anybody know where they are now, the country schools? Like moms. Anybody? That one's easy. Yeah, that one's still standing. I think Donald Thompson kind of takes care of it and has kept it up. Anyone know where also District 95 is? Where is it? Yeah, it's the wrestling room in Vaugha. I think that they're probably the only couple whose country schools are still being used as, well, they were never used for anything except for school facilities. Well, I don't know. But anyway, that was kind of, which child is sort of named after dad, and how?
Darwin, Gene.
Yeah, I was blessed. Dad and I are blessed with the same middle name, Eugene. You guys can't answer, okay. What other occupation did Dad train for, and where? Auctioneer. Where did you go for that? Mason City, is that right? Okay. Well, Lynn knows him. Okay, no, that's fine. Where did Mom work before they were married? What?
Sinai Bank.
Okay, yeah, she worked at Sinai Bank. For how long? A couple of years?
Is that right before the big crash? Or?
Yeah. No, before the crash, yeah. I don't know. Dan, this is the last one. This leads into the next part of the program. Dolores is going to tell a story about their mom and dad's wedding. But who hid upstairs in the house, waiting for mom and dad to come home on their wedding night?
Lloyd and Artie.
Yeah, Lloyd and Artie. Okay, and I won't say anymore. I'll let Dolores say that.
Lloyd and Artie.
so Avis asked me to be her maid of honor at her wedding. And it was held in the West Church, Sinai, which isn't there anymore, of course. And anyway, at the time, Chuck and I were dating. So anyway, she asked me, or her and Harold, if we could see that they got away safely from the wedding. Because in those days, in the olden days, the custom was to get together as many relatives and friends as you could, and you'd get in cars, you'd fill them up, and you'd follow the bridal couple wherever they were going and try to do some bad stuff to them, like get their luggage or whatever they could do. Anyway, the reception at that time was in the East Church of Sinai. That was up here at the end of Main Street. And so, of course, at that time, Harold had a lot of, brothers and relatives like Lloyd Plum. They were plotting against him, David Howley, and they kept asking Chuck and I, who's going to take him away? Have you heard? No, we haven't heard. We don't know a thing about it. So anyway, that went on for a long time, and finally the reception was over, and Avis and Harold come out, and in the meantime, I don't know how we did it, but we had to really rack our memory about this. But anyway, we got our car ahead of everybody else's. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Charles's dad had just purchased a brand new, long, big, blue 1947 Pontiac. And so we knew we were going to go away in style. Anyway, so we pulled up and we got in the front of the line, and here comes Harold and Avis up, and they just jumped into the back seat of our car so fast, with Chuck and I, and away we went. We headed west to 81, Highway 81, and we got there, and of course, once we were on Highway 81, in those days, you called it putting the pedal to the metal. This is what Charlie did. And anyway, we went into the next county in a hurry, and Chuck, he used the handbrake below a hill, and he turned off east on the gravel road, and he turned the lights off real fast, and everybody went whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I thought, isn't that true? Anyway, I forgot to say something. I remember when Avis and Harold came out of the church, and David Howley found out that Chuck and I was going to take them away. He had the awfulest astonished look on his face. I'll never forget it. So anyway, we sat there, and we waited, and we thought, well, imagine they'll go to Madison, maybe not. We didn't know they'd never find us. We knew that. So anyway, we waited quite a while, and then we drove to Madison. We had coffee and lunch at the Cozy Corner Cafe. Remember that? And anyway, so we spent a lot of time visiting there. We knew all we had to do was outwait these people. So we finally decided, well, it was getting late, and maybe we should try and get them back to their destination, which was the farm home, a mile and a half east of Tim Innermills. That's where they lived. Arnie and Lorraine lived there after Avis and Harold did. It was the Husby Quarter. We still call it the Husby Quarter because it's when our son born. So it'll always be the Husby Quarter. So anyway, well, we were a little afraid that they might be on the road waiting for us somewhere. So Charlie, of course, living right across from Melvin Lind, he drove through their yard, through all their fields, and in this nice new car. And the roads were dirt then. And so we finally got down to the farm home that they were going to live in. And we come in the yard, and it was just as quiet as it could be. There was not a soul in the yard, nobody in the house. We just couldn't believe it. But anyway, we found out the next day that Lloyd Klum and Arnie Matson sat in the stairway going upstairs, waiting for us to come home. we come back. So, anyway, it's made for a lot of lifelong memories for us. We just think back to that night so many times, how much fun it was. And Doris Gordall, before I finish, has a little story to add to the wedding night. Some little trivia tidbit. I hadn't heard it till today.
Sure, Ruben told it and then he made me get up and do it.
Charlie drove the car and I'm up here telling it.
He sat at the table telling it, and then he says, "Hey, Doris, sit up." Well, everybody here belongs to the Remember When Club. And so he was sharing that on their wedding day, there was a beautiful group there of family and friends. But there happened to be a little four-legged Norwegian mouse that also came. And as I don't recall if it was, must have been coming back down the aisle. Do you remember? Going up the aisle, and now as I see the wedding dress, this little jumped right on. Avis's satin train. It was kind of a struggle getting up, but he had easy going down. And I thought, oh, how nice the bride doesn't know about this. But I asked Avis if we could tell that, and she said yes.
Thank you, Doris. We want to wish you our best congratulations to both of you. We wish you many more happy years together. And it was a beautiful wedding. You were a beautiful bride, Avis. You really were.
Okay, we'll just introduce our families here at this time. My son Stephen, or my wife Carol, first, and then my son Stephen, and Bonnie, if you want to introduce him.
My husband Dave.
Got a favorite son-in-law.
Okay. Get that out of the other girl.
My son Greg is leading the video camera, but I suppose we're still on.
All right.
Right? And my daughter Annie.
I should sit there videotape and message. I have a son, my 15-year-old son also lives in Marshall, Texas. His mother, he's about 6'1" and 200 and some odd pounds. Our little baby. We call him Bubba.
I'm Alan, of course. This is my wife Barb and our youngest daughter Beth. And then Lori was in the wedding dress, and she's just going to stay back there for now for pictures. I'm going to tell a big fat lie here. The rest of the people up here looked at the program and they said, "Gee, you're singing all the time. Why can't we sing?" So I said, "Okay." So this is it.
Children of the Heavenly Father, safely in His womb.
first met Harold and Avis, Bonnie gave me directions to their farm. She had me, I was the wrong county, I mean, she gave me no directions. Anyway, the dog Tuffy greeted me and bit me right in the rear end.
Only person that dog ever did. A warning.
And then soon thereafter, Harold told me a joke, and I remember it to this day, and this is how Harold told it to me. He said, "You know why Norwegians are terrible at telling jokes timing?"
I was thinking, you gotta let mom and dad remember, but I don't remember when we did the country school thing. I'll bet you don't remember Dosey Oats. Dosey Oats and American Oats, and then Lamped and Ivy and Sunshine and all that. Anyway, and then I used to have hair and mom would do this. I do remember all these things. Mom and dad.
There is a word the kids use nowadays that we didn't get to use, but they say this was the funnest thing, and we have really enjoyed this. And I want to thank everyone who's here. I want to especially thank the kids for all the work they've done, and the grandchildren for being here. We only are missing one. And for the ladies out in the kitchen. You can't do without the Lutheran church basement women. And I thank you for everything. And Dolores, you did a great job.
Well, Avis just about said everything I would say, too. She stole it out of my book. I'm sure glad I'm here, I'm sure glad you're here, and this has been a great day for us. It's a day we'll always remember. Thanks for coming, and I hope you had a good time.